Okay, I'm going to show you how to create a Google website from the very beginning. And so when you open up your email, which is now a Gmail interface, you'll see your email, incoming email here, and right up at the top where it has these headings here, calendars, document, photos, reader, etc. Under the More heading is the word Sites, and that's what you want to click. That's how you get started. And I have several sites created just for demonstrations, but I'm going to create a new site. And so you have a choice to pick a template if you wanted to. As I mentioned, Katie Callie's used the classroom site template, and then she changed the themes and colors. But I'm just going to show you how to do a blank template. So it's pre-selected on blank template. You name your site something that that's easy to remember. Whatever you sort of put in here in the site box will go into your URL address. So you want it to be something, one word, address, no spaces. I'm going to put ed 507 demo, so you can see that it gets typed right into the URL. And then you're asked to do this security typing. So make sure that you are not a computer. And there it is. It created my site. So this is the home page of the site. So on the left you have a navigation bar, and up in the upper right hand corner you have your buttons that create a page, you edit a page that you created. And we only have one at the moment, so we can edit this page. And then there's a button called More Actions. So if I wanted to edit the page, I would just click on the page, and now my cursor is flashing here in the box, and I can type in there. So I can say, hello, this is my project page. Okay, this is my project page. Is my message, and then anytime I do some editing on the page and I want to keep it, I always have to go save. Or if I wanted even to navigate to another page, I have to say save. So I'll save that. And just to give you a feeling for what the whole site is, what capabilities the whole site has, under More Actions, you will see a list of things. It says revision history, page settings. I'm going to show you that. Print page, preview the page. If you wanted to see it as what it would look like in the view, as a viewer. You could save the page as a template, meaning you could name that type of layout, and you reuse the template again if you wanted to. Manage the site would be an important one for us, and share this site. That means with somebody else, where they could edit it also. Okay, but the page settings is an important setting. So what you have here is show page title. Yes, we want that to show. Show the links to sub-pages. Yes, if we had connecting pages, we would want those to show perhaps. And then this is an important box to look at, whether you want to allow attachments on that page or allow comments on the page. And so that means that if you wanted to have a web page and then you had a document you wanted to attach, you'd have to have that checked in the page settings in order for it to appear. And if you wanted viewers to be able to provide comments back to you, you'd have to check the box that says allow comments. So let's allow both of those. And I think when you have this checked, every page you create, every new page you create will have those same settings, I think. So it's probably good to have those, at least the attachment one. If you don't want comments, you don't have to do that. Okay, so now you can see on the bottom of the page it says attachments and comments, and so that allows you to do those functions. Okay, under more actions again, we would go to this title called Manage Site. So let's take a look at that. And the Manage Site then gives you some choices on the left-hand column. So it can show you the pages in your website. It can show you what attachments you have, what page templates you have, what scripts and deleted items. It's just sort of like an inventory. The site settings category, you'd have general, and that would be something that we would want to see. So let's look at the general page. Basically, it's a page. Most of this is not that necessary to know, except if you keep scrolling down at the bottom, you can see that you could change the language, the display language here. You want to set who has access to the site, so you want to make sure that everyone can see it. Collaborators are people that you assign to be those who can edit it, or anyone can view this site as sort of the default. And then you can make a copy of the site once you get more involved with a lot of stuff on your site, or you can delete the site. So here's, if you want to start all over and you don't like what you have, instead of and you want to even change the name of your site, like say the URL, you can delete the site, and that's where you would do that right here, delete site. And then you would save the changes. Okay. Share this site is the same place that it gives you the address here, so you can share. You can send it to somebody else, and then it says permissions, public on the web. Anybody on the internet can find and view. That's what you want. And if you wanted to make it more secure, you can click on the sharing settings, and the public can view it. Anyone that has the link can access it, and only people that have permission can access it. So you can set the permissions right here. Okay, some of these other ones are not that necessary, but you do want to look at perhaps the site layout and the colors and the themes. So in terms of the layout, it just means where you have your header in navigation bar. If you wanted to change the colors and the fonts, you can do that here. These are the default kind of things. And if you want to change the theme of your whole site, you can do that under the button, the link that says themes. Okay, so These are, just color combinations, and you can always change them at any time anyway, so it's just something to be aware of. Okay, so then I'm going to return to the site. Okay, if I go back to, that just gives you the general layout of things, and now I'm going to edit the page again. And so when you have, you're in the edit mode, you have your options right here where you can make, let's see, you can change a couple fonts, you can change the size of the fonts, you can make the font bold or italic, underline, etc. You can highlight some words, you can link words. These are alignment features, and if you wanted to look at the HTML code behind the page, you would click this button right here that says HTML. Okay. Okay, and then the other area that you want to be able to look at is right where it's, like, say if you wanted to put a picture in there, you would say insert image. You have your cursor there flashing image. You might insert a link. You might insert a calendar. The document is a little trickier. I can show you that later. Part of a Google map, part of a photo from Picasa, which is a photo album service that Google has. Presentation, a spreadsheet. You can insert a video link in there, or actually embed the video in there. You can insert a text box that's not there on your page at the moment, and it was something that says more gadgets, which is like a whole bunch of things that you've heard of apps from, say, the iPad or the iPhone kind of applications. They call them apps. Well, Google has people that develop all kinds of things too, and so they're under the gadget category. Okay, so if you wanted to insert an image, going back to here, you go insert image. That would be if you had a picture. You want your picture or some other image. You would add an image, and then you would upload. You'd browse for the image on your computer. You would find one on your computer. I don't know what any of these are here. There's an owl. It's kind of a large, it's 1.7 megabytes, so I'm not sure I want to put it in there. Now we'll see what happens. And now it's uploading. It might take a second here because it's sort of a large, it's almost 2 megabytes, so. Okay, not so bad. And it probably compressed it a little bit, but you generally don't want to put large images in, but because it'll take up space and load slowly, but we'll see what happens. Then you say OK, and you can see that it's very large. It's too large to even go in the picture into the page, so you would actually reduce it. And they do have a, you click on the picture and it gives you some controls, so let's go small. And there is the picture. It's a very small image, but it still has a lot of resolution in it. Okay, and then so that's basically how you get started. And later on, I will talk about editing the sidebar here. that's something that becomes very important when you have several pages